Your mic's on?
Good morning. Today is July 25th of 2019. This is a special commission meeting. I'm sorry. Mayor Ronda Rodriguez is out of town, so I, Luciano Suarez, as vice mayor, I am the acting mayor. And we call to this special meeting.
That request.
Yeah, I requested. Now, Mr. Villalobos, is the clerk going to read this, or we just have to?
Now, the clerk will read and I'll make a statement.
We need to start by the order of
Yes,
the agenda.
Mr. Mayor, we have to follow the order of the agenda, so item 1 is the Pledge of Allegiance.
I make the lead.
I pledge allegiance
To the
flag.
One, Mr. Blanes, Commissioner Blanes.
United States of
America, and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Item 2, roll call. Mayor Ronda Rodriguez is excused this morning. Vice Mayor Luciano Suarez.
Yes.
Commissioner Candida Blanca.
Yes.
Commissioner Juan Blanes. Commissioner Diaz-Padrón.
Here.
Mayor, you have a quorum. Item
Okay.
3, citizen presentations. No presentations, Mr. Mayor. Item 4, under new business, special agenda items. Item 4A, the request by Vice Mayor Luciano Suarez as acting mayor to hold an executive session is for the purpose of advising that the attorney for the League of Cities representing the city of West Miami in the case of Sosa versus West Miami, case number 2018-012322 CA01, in and for the 11th Judicial Circuit, have reached a tentative settlement and must be approved by the city commission. The city attorney must request an executive session in order for the league attorney representing the city to advise the city commission in an open meeting regarding the settlement negotiations and litigation expenditures.
All right. All in favor of the city attorney request the executive meeting?
You have to motion this or just?
We need a motion.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Blanca, second by Commissioner Diaz-Padrón. Are all in favor?
Aye.
4-0, item passes, and we need date and time of that executive session.
The executive session has to be published, and it all depends, the timeline that the clerk can have that executive session advertised. The executive session shall be advertised, shall be held at a publicly held meeting, which will close at started in a publicly setting, and will, at the executive session, will then convene with only those necessary to be present.
So what date, do you have any tentative date for that executive session? And I can tell you if we can advertise on time.
No, I don't have any specific date. It will have to be according to the schedule that you might present.
If I may, Mr. Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you. I spoke to the Florida League of Cities attorney who's involved in a trial in another venue. He has July 31st, which is Wednesday of next week. He has Wednesday available, and he can come to the executive session and obviously update you as well as Mr. Villalobos on the matter before you.
I
And the
think that,
time?
I don't know that you will have time from here to the executive session to be published, et cetera, to be here on 6 days,
Today is Thursday, 25th.
25th.
So the 20,
The
today to the 31st, we have four
6 a.m.
4 working days, a Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. 3 working days.
Okay, we send it today to the newspaper. It can be advertised on Monday, but it'll be like just 2 days before the 31st. So I don't think we have
Can
like,
you
to
advertise
follow
it?
the four.
I don't think that we have time to have it on July 30.
Well, I have a question to the clerk. Can you send it today, to the paper? Today's Thursday.
Yes, I can send it today. I have to, I mean, I have to ask them, maybe if we can publish tomorrow, we can hold it on Wednesday, but it's,
I think,
Let me
it's a
suggest-
very
let me su-
tight, it's a very tight frame.
Well-
Let me suggest this. You see, we want to be sure that the executive session is published and that we have ample time to people to say they have been noticed. So if taking another day, a couple of more days will suffice, that's what I would recommend. As I say, if there's a possibility, just 3 days might be too soon to have that.
well, I have a suggestion, Mr. Villalobos. I suggest that the Madam Clerk send the information today, Thursday, and get the answer if they publish Friday, and then we will have 3 working days, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. Because my point is, if the lawyers from the Florida League are able, the 31st, we should try to go to that date, because then come August and come vacations, and then I don't want, to get in the vacation time for other people. If it's available the 31st, we should go to trying to get the same date is available for them, and we should make the effort, Madam Clerk. I think if you call to them, these people, you publish tomorrow, Friday, and will be enough time. That's one of my opinion, and that's what I suggest.
If I can make a question, may I make something here? Is there special rules on publishing for executive session that it has to be? Because
An
we don't
executive
publish our
session,
commission
an
meetings, right?
executive session, the rules are reasonable time.
No, I'm saying, when we have a commission meeting, we don't, do we circulate that in the paper?
No, we don't advertise the commission meetings on the newspaper.
So is there a special rule in executive session that it has to be published in a newspaper?
Yes.
Okay, that's a question.
We also need court
Oh,
reporter, correct, Mr.
And we
Villalobos?
have done that in the past as well. This is not the first time that we do it. This is, we have done this in the past. As I say, if it takes more days, I would advise you to take more days. As I say, you can check out with the Legal Cities attorney and pursuant to the Legal Cities attorney and so on and so forth. But I think that 3 days is too premature, and that's my recommendation.
Well, I have a question for you, Villalobos. Do you have any personal problem with a July 31st?
I think that is too premature, sir.
But you personal, in your schedule?
I don't have any
in
problems.
your regular work, you have any problem with
I don't
that?
have any problems, sir.
So if the lawyers from the league are available July 31st, we should do our work to be available also the day they are. Because I repeat, I don't want to then get the attorneys for the Florida League, get in vacation, August, and then it's going to be delayed and delayed and delayed.
There's not
I
going to be
thi-
any delays, sir, excuse me. There's not going to be any delays because my understanding, without going to the merits of the negotiations, is that there's a certain deadline, so there cannot be delays. So attorneys must be available at some point, and as I said before, I think that July 31st is premature, but that's my statement.
Well, for you, it's too premature. My suggestion is, do we have any problems to make our effort for that, Mr. Villalobos? Because we should be proactive, and we should do the things right and fast. And if the clerk can do her work, we may be able to have Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. That's my suggestion. If it's not possible, it's not possible. But if it's the possibility, we should go to the possibility. That's my suggestion.
Okay, I already repeated that I think it's premature.
Okay?
I mean, but you order the clerk as you see fit, sir.
I think so. I think the clerk should do her work and see if it's possible, and then we get together the 31st with the lawyers for the Florida League.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, July 31st, at what time do you recommend to hold the executive session?
Well, I don't know that.
Let me explain how the executive session works. You have to advertise, and the meeting must be at first open to the public. Then I will advise the press, those present, that there will be an executive session. Everybody has to leave, and the attorney will meet in private with the commission. The commission will hear from the attorney as to the state of the negotiations, and the city commission will advise the attorney whether or not the commission is in agreement with the recommendation of Mr. Mike Piper. At that point, all of that will have to be recorded, and the court reporter will have to transcribe that, and will file it sealed in a sealed envelope with the clerk, and it will be open at the conclusion of the case.
Now, do you have any problem with the time, Mr. Villalobos, to be present for the meeting, if it's the morning or the evening?
I would recommend the evening, sir.
Madam Clerk, do you check with the league attorneys if it's more convenient for them the morning or the evening? They told you something about that?
It was the city manager who
Or
made
city,
contact.
Madam Manager, the attorneys for the league
No,
told you the
he
time?
texted me, he said, tell me when to be there on July 31st, so he
He
left it
doesn't
open.
mention the time.
No.
All
The
right.
evening is fine, and the afternoon is fine, he's available.
All right, now I call the table. What do you think, the commissioners here with me? What do you think it would be better, in the morning or the evening? Because I'm thinking about, this lawyer comes from out of town, right?
Broward,
They come from out of town.
yes.
So you think it would be better the evening time?
It's not to accommodate the lawyer, but to accommodate the people that you want to have the perception of total transparency. And this is why usually we conduct meetings during the evening, and this is usually my recommendation.
Well, no, and I understand that, because people come from out of town, and we have to be sure that they come. And what do you think, Mr. Blanes?
Evening.
Evening, Eric, Mr.
I'm flexible, so,
For evening?
yeah, it's fine.
And
Up to you.
Madame
It's up to you.
Balaguer, Mr. Balaguer, you think it's good for you evening?
Yes.
Okay, it's okay for me. Yeah, the evening time,
At 7:30 PM?
7:30, the customary. And try to get we do our work, Madam Clerk, to see if it's possible the 31st, and we don't delay this to August, that too many problems with the vacation times.
Mr. Mayor, I'm gonna make every possible effort to advertise that for the July 31st, to advertise that tomorrow. In any case that it can't be done, is it feasible to set another tentative date just in case?
Well, I'm talking about what we have now. We have now, those attorneys are available the 31st. We should try to, my suggestion, we should try to be available to the 31st. And then speculations come after that, after Friday.
Can you call maybe take a 5-minute break and call a business?
Any other questions?
May I recommend something, Mr. Mayor,
Yes,
before
yes.
you close this
Yes,
meeting?
yes.
Could we break for a couple of minutes to ensure that the clerk can place this ad and that we can get a publication tomorrow? And if she can call the business review
Well,
now,
she do
and
the-
we can get
Well,
confirmation.
I think she's making the call now. We'll wait for the answer.
Could you excuse the clerk for a second while she makes that call?
Yes.
Thank you,
So we're going to take a break for 5 minutes.
We have a break for 10 minutes break.
thank you.
Quintana.
Let me know if you need anything. You're back on air, sir.
Back there.
Yes.
All right, well, good morning. This is July 25th. We are back in the special meeting that we called today. And then, Mr. Attorney, according with that, the clerk information received, we send the information before 12. They have the time to advertise today,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. So we will have Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. I think in our part, we're doing our work. And now, if we have 2 working days, and I think we should follow what we talked before, we may have the special meeting next Wednesday, next week, Wednesday, 7:30, as customary. That would be, we call it for an executive meeting. Now, I have a question for you. Villalobos, can we, after the executive meeting, we may have a special meeting?
I did not understand that, sir. I'm sorry.
After the executive meeting, after that, in order to advertise and do the things together, can we have a special meeting? Same day, Wednesday? After we finish the executive, we call for a special meeting?
To do what? To do what? Can we have a special meeting at the executive meeting to do what?
We have an executive meeting.
We have an executive meeting and you want a special
If we have
meeting to do...
Executive meeting, we will have some results. If we have results, what we are going to... We're going to have an executive meeting.
Okay.
We have the matters that we were going to discuss. After we discuss that, if we finish executive, can we call subsequently a special meeting, 30 minutes after that,
On another time or no, the same
or
day?
the same day?
Okay, let me read what the statute reads, okay? (286.011) Parent A, Parent D. The entity shall give reasonable public notice of the time of date, the attorney-client session, and the names of the person that will be attending the session. The session shall commence on an open meeting at which time the person chairing the meeting shall announce the commencement of an estimated length of the attorney-client session and the names of the persons attending. At the conclusion of the attorney-client session, the meeting shall be reopened, and the person chairing the meeting shall announce the termination of the session. That's what the statute says. Now, what you want is immediately thereafter to have the approval or disapproval, the recommendation of the attorney that handled the case. Is that your question?
Yes.
Okay, the answer is yes. But it has to be published. It has to be advised in addition to the notice of the executive session. It has to be advised that subsequent to the executive session, the city commission will openly advise what the recommendation of the attorney is and what the consensus of the city commission is. In other words, if you say that it's not acceptable, you will say that in open public. If you say that that is acceptable, you say that in open public notice, and you will say the terms, condition, and amounts of money that you have to, in that time, negotiate.
All right, that's my question, and you answered it. So the clerk now, she's going to prepare the clerk is going to prepare the information to send it to the paper. She may announce the executive plus, consequently, the special meeting. Now, the wording, you should explain to the clerk, so she only make one. Today, she sent the information, and then we will have in one day, we will have the 2 meetings. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
Okay? So, and Nettie, you get the wording from the lawyer? to announce the executive meeting, and after that, the special meeting. The wording is between you and the lawyer, and then will you send it before 12, and we go ahead. Because I suggest, try to don't get in August, because then the vacation time, everything is going to be a
Yeah,
mess.
first meeting in August has been canceled
Yes.
anyway, so.
Yes, always has been, yeah. This is nothing with the regular meeting.
Okay.
All right, well, all in favor, good of the order?
Bye.
There has to be a motion, sir.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
You already
Thank
approved,
you.
I mean, I think I missed it. You already approved the statement that you stated, correct?
Yes,
There was a motion and an approval.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I will meet with the city clerk now.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody.